everybody? Welcome to General Hospital NV, my G Chapter show. Let's get right into it, starting with Michael, Chase, Willow, and Sasha. Now, this week I didn't actually mind the gruesome foursome scenes because Chase tries to spin the story about his affair with Sasha to his brother, and Finn didn't buy it for a second. He's just like, yeah, nice try, you're a liar. And when Michael tells Carly about Sasha sleeping with Chase, she runs into her at the Metro Court, and it took Carly like 3 seconds to figure out that Sasha was lying too, and she gave her props. So I don't think that Carly nor Finn are going to let the cat out of the bag, because they obviously know why they're doing it, even though it's kind of misguided. But at least it's nice to know that some of the characters on the show still have a working brain box. Now, Nell overheard a conversation between Jax and Nina about Michael and Sasha's breakup, and she wasted no time trying to manipulate Willow and Sasha and Michael was just so frustrated that he just started to whack a tree in the park. And then eventually Willow joined him and she was like, "Die, Nell, die!" Well, not really die. She was like, "I hate you, Nell, I hate you." And there was something about the way that they shot that scene that I am really convinced that we might actually get a whodunit storyline. I mean, it's just a good story to tell, first of all. There are so many people that hate Nell, it would be such a great murder mystery. Every one of them want her dead at this point. Writers, when y'all get back to work, get started on that story. We are ready to see it. As much as I love Chloe Lanier, because I think she's one of the most talented people on GH these days, but it's time to retire the character of Nell. She has had her time. Go get her to play a different character if you have to. But it is time for Nell to go. Alright, moving on from one custody battle storyline to another, let's talk about Lulu and Valentine's custody situation. Now, Charlotte had overheard Laura and Lulu talking about the fact that Valentine was willing to give up custody of Charlotte, and Charlotte ran away to Nina at the Metro Court to say, "My dad doesn't love me anymore." And it's a good thing that Valentine was at the Metro Court talking to Alexis about the situation, because that's when Nina called him to let him know that she was there, and he ran up the stairs. Alexis was kind of coddling Valentine, that suddenly she's Team Val and wants him to fight for his daughter. It's a bit weird. And then Nina, of course, coddled him some more. Lulu eventually shows up at the Metro Court to get Charlotte, and she and Valentine lock themselves in a room and have a conversation off screen about the custody agreement, and they come to the conclusion that it's just better for Charlotte that they share custody, and the three of them share an awkward group hug. Yeah, girl, hug the man that tried to kill your mother and kill your brother. What a great thing to do. I'm sorry, I know that it's probably a better thing that she has both of her parents in her lives, but Lulu getting warm with Valentine is not something I want to see, I'm sorry. Alright, since I mentioned Alexis, let's talk about Alexis and Neil for a second. Now, most of the fallout from Alexis and Neil's discretions being put on blast at the hospital happened off screen, like Neil losing his job. Alexis then got an email from the New York Bar Association about lying to the court, essentially, lying under oath, and we haven't heard anything since. So I don't know when we're going to see the rest of the fallout, or if we will. Hopefully, because Alexis and Neil should probably get some screen time at some point before GH goes off the air. I mean, it is kind of hard to root for a couple that we barely see on screen, kind of like Molly and TJ, which is a great segue to talk about Molly and Brando. Man, I loved the scenes pertaining to their storylines this week. It was just hella entertaining to watch. Molly confessed to Sam and Kristina that she slept with Brando, and Kristina was living. I loved Kristina's reaction so much. That girl is entertaining. She needs to be on more. She needs to be on more, guys. Sam wasted no time in rushing over to the garage to confront Brando on what he did and to tell him to stay away from her sister. I have never seen so much fire in Sam in a long ass time, but she wasn't having any of it. And neither was Brando, for that matter. He's just kind of looking at her like, your sister is a grown-ass adult and can make her own decisions. I already said I'd back off, so you need to leave. And she refused to until, eventually Molly showed up, and Molly's like, I need to talk to Brando alone, blah, blah, blah. Basically, Molly is planning on keeping this a secret from TJ, which can only mean that disaster is well on its way. TJ is already noticing Molly's weird behavior, but Kristina assures him that it's just because, he got kidnapped. I mean, it's a big ordeal getting kidnapped. That's all this is. Anyway, Mac is close to solving the case on who kidnapped TJ, but I don't know if Jordan will actually allow that to happen, since technically she is still under Cyrus's thumb. And to be honest, I don't think Sonny and Jason are going to kill Cyrus anytime soon from the sounds of it. Let me elaborate a little bit. Basically, Sonny and Jason met up with Cyrus and one of his goons on the docks, and they want to make a deal. Sonny says, you can live in Port Charles, but you can't move drugs into my city. And Cyrus is like, alright, deal. Sonny's like, okay, cool. But Jason, you gonna take him out later though. And then Cyrus is like, yeah, you're gonna take out Jason later, goon. I mean, honestly, it's a bit ridiculous. And then for some reason, Sonny thinks that is good enough to lift the lockdown on his kids so that they can live their lives again. I'm just like, how on earth? Sonny, your ego cannot be that big. Surely your ego cannot be that big. Like, I was just like, yo, your kids are gonna die, man. To be honest, I'm more worried that Cameron and Trina are gonna get caught in the crossfire somehow. I mean, the two of them have been through so much already, and I just want them to be happy. I want them to recognize their feelings, you know, and start as a couple, and for Joss to be a little bit jealous, but she's not gonna be able to do anything about it because Cameron's such a good guy, and Trina is a gorgeous girl. So I want those two together, and Joss be damned. She can try having a relationship with Dev. Last but not least, let's talk about Trina's mother, Portia. Now, Portia has said that she wants to apply to be the head of internal medicine in General Hospital, and that is all the proof I need that she is working for Cyrus. She's going to be moving his drugs in that hospital. I have been suspicious about Portia's connection with Cyrus since she casually brought up his name in a conversation with Curtis. So that right there is my confirmation. I am calling it now. When this comes to light for real, and it will, I will be the first to say I told you so. I am that sure of it, guys. Seriously. Oh, I did forget to mention that Brooklyn and Dusty shared scenes this week. They weren't that interesting. I mean, Brooklyn had some choice words for Julian, and Dustin almost walked in on that conversation, and Brooklyn covered, and that was that. But yeah, anyway, that's the end. That's what GH was about this week. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I've got a few questions for you. First of all, do you guys ship Brando and Molly or Sam and Brando? Because some people were saying that they saw the chemistry with Sam and Brando. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know who you think is going to win the custody battle between Nell and Michael, and let me know why you think that. And if you liked this video, give it a big old thumbs up, subscribe if you want to, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace out.